first 6 days of NFL free agency, 145 players changed teams. On top of that, there were 5 significant trades, too. Over the weekend, the latest to leave, and I don't understand why the Chargers let this guy go out the door, Drew Tranquill, who had really developed in 2.5 years to being a trustworthy, astute academic linebacker with speed. They let him go to Kansas City. They replaced him with Eric Kendricks, 31 years old, had a really good career at Minnesota Vikings, but his career might be behind him. So Tranquill jumps ship and stays in the division. I was a little surprised at that one. The latest one, Detroit. Detroit's had a really good offseason. I think a lot of people want to go play for Dan Campbell. They looked at what the Lions have become in just 2 short seasons. C.J. Johnson is the latest Philadelphia Eagle to leave the 215 area code. He had a really good season for the Eagles. He's going to go be a starter there for Dan Campbell in Detroit. The Patriots. This guy can contribute. I don't understand Miami's thinking to let him go, but Mike Gesicki, pass route running tight end, goes into New England, and they'll throw to him, and they throw to Hunter Henry, the former Charger tight end. So Belichick has had an interesting offseason with some of the acquisitions that he's made. Carolina really busy. Not only a week ago, we spent all this time talking about them trading up for the number 1 pick in the draft to get the quarterback, whoever it might be, that they want. They go into the marketplace and they get Miles Sanders, a 1,200-yard rusher, Philadelphia Eagles. And he's a straight-ahead guy, but they don't have a running back because they lost Donta Foreman, and, of course, they traded Christian McCaffrey away. So this guy who can catch passes out of the backfield, I think Miles Sanders is going to help them. They also just signed Hayden Hurst, pretty productive tight end, Cincinnati and Baltimore. And then they just signed Adam Thielen, who's got like 590 reception in his career with the Minnesota Vikings as a route runner. So Frank Reich is putting some people in place here that I think are going to be pretty good for Carolina. Cleveland got Juan Thornwell, safety, who's really developed into a pretty good player. He jumps from Kansas City to go to the Cleveland Browns to fortify their back end. Arizona Cardinals pick up Eagles starting linebacker Kaiser White, the ex-Charger. Again, these guys are leaving Philadelphia. Why would you leave a Super Bowl team to go somewhere else that doesn't have a history of success recently? Or maybe Philadelphia they couldn't pay everybody, but boy, they've let a lot of guys jump off the board. And the Steelers picked up another guy from the Eagles. I think he's a very good offensive guard. That's not a sexy position, but Isaiah Siamulo is kind of a warrior type Steeler offensive lineman. So those are the names that have exploded just over the weekend. And like I say, 145 free agents had already signed. We've had 5 trades, including a bit of a controversial Raider trade with the New York Giants, moving the star tight end Darren Waller. I don't understand anything that's going on in Las Vegas. Aside from the Jimmy Garoppolo acquisition, I don't understand anything that's happening in Las Vegas. So, boy, a ton of movement around the National Football League.
Yeah, so if you were to look across the league, all 32 teams, there's been all this change. I mean, which teams do you think get an A grade for this offseason? Which ones have improved the most?
That's a topic we'll probably talk about on Thursday. I just have not had enough hours to do a letter grade yet. If you know the guy with the patent for the 36-hour day, give me his phone number. It's been amazing, the turnaround around the league, and it's been amazing. The marquee teams, Kansas City's taken hits, Philadelphia's taken hits, San Francisco's taken a huge number of hits, number of players that these teams have lost. But Thursday, in addition to March Madness, we'll talk a little bit about the NFL and try to rate where the free agents have gone, who's done the best job, the worst job at the table. Okay, is it time for your favorite segment?